write down our steps that we need. Let's remember our steps. We have, remember, two sides. We have the variable side and we have the constant side. All right. Remember, we first have to distribute on the variable side, combine like terms, our third step is to move constants to the right. Utilizing inverse operations. Okay. Remember, what we do to the one side, we have to do to the other, so we have to distribute on this side. We then have to combine like terms. And then third, we have to move, because we're on the constant side, we have to move the variables to the variable side of the street. So move variables to the left, okay? Utilizing inverse operations. Once we're done with that, then our fourth step is to divorce, divide, and then our last step is to find out what our variable equals. Okay, so these are our steps. All right, now let's utilize our steps to solve our equation. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my river. Draw my river. I'm going to label this side the variable side because it's my left side, and I'm going to label this side my constant side. All right, so now I've done that. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do our first step, which is distribution. Remember, distribute. So we're going to do the distribute on the variable side first. So I'm going to distribute the 4 to the 2 and the 4 to the 5. So let's go ahead and do the math. 4 times 2 gives me 8n. 4 times positive 5 is going to give me 20, plus 2n, we're just bringing that down, is equal to now 36 plus 8n. Did we have to do any distribution over here? No. So now that we've distributed on both sides, now let's go ahead and do our combining of like terms. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label my like terms. I have a variable here, and I have a variable here. Remember, when you're boxing or circling, you have to include the sign that's in front of it. So 8n plus 2n here, and then on the right side, I have positive 8n over here. Now, I need to go through and circle my constants. I have positive 20, remember, including the sign. And right here, I have positive 36. Because there's no sign there, it means it's positive. So now let's go ahead and notice what we can do here. So we're on step 2. We are combining like terms still. I just boxed in my variables and circled my constants. So let's go ahead and add these two together, because I have 8n plus 2n is going to give me 10n. And then now I'm just going to bring down my other variable on the right side, which is positive 8n. And again, I'm just going to bring my constants down. Can we combine constants on the left side first? No. Can we combine constants on the right side? No. So I'm bringing down my positive 20. And then again, my 36. And just like before, these were equal. Okay? So now that I've done that, I need to look at this next step. Step number 3. So looking at the variable side, I need to move my constants to the right. So to move my constant, I'm utilizing inverse operations. Remember, if we're crossing the river, we use inverse operations. So if I'm adding 20 here, what do I need to do? Addition is the inverse of addition is subtraction. Minus 20. Remember, that's going to give me 0. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So now I have 36 minus 20, which is going to give me 6, and then 3 minus 2 is 1. Okay, and then now I'm bringing down my variables because I did not do anything with those just yet. Okay, equals 16. and then my plus 8n. All right, so 10n equals 16 plus 8n. Now I need to move my variables, move the variables to the left. So in order to move that, I need to move 8n. Remember, we're utilizing inverse operations here. Inverse operations. If I'm going across the river, I have to utilize inverse operations. So I've got to subtract 8n, subtract 8n. 10 minus 8n is going to give me 2n. And then remember, we're just bringing down what we didn't use, 16. And remember, they are still equal. Remember, our last step is to divorce and divide. So our last step is to divorce, divide. I have 2 times n, so I have to divide by 2. Divide by 2. Remember, we're doing one side, we have to do to the other. I've got n equals 16 divided by 2, which is 8. So n equals 8. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to another problem. So this will be example number 3. Okay, so we have example number 3. I'm going to go ahead and give this to you. So it's negative parentheses 8 plus x is equal to negative 8 minus 7x in parentheses. Okay, please go ahead and try to do this problem on your own. Pause the video, and then we will come back together to do this again.